And so we retreated back to an LZ, made some gun runs. We used 5-second fuses in our claymores. And of course, with the M79s, hitting them before they got too close. At that time, we had 6 FOBs, and there were 2 down south. FOB 5, which was at Bami Tuat. FOB 6 was Honuk Tau, which was northwest of Saigon. So that was our base. We trained there, and then for missions, we launched out of Budap, which had been an A camp that had been overrun in '67, but they came back, retook it, and the Air Force had a setup there where they launched for the missions. And for all of my missions down there, I only ran 3, but it was with the Air Force, the 20th Special Operations Squadron, the Green Hornets. And they had the state-of-the-art UEs that were faster, more powerful than any of the UEs that we had seen with other units up north. We went down to temporary duty assignment, and we were there for a couple of days getting used to the camp, doing some training, and the mission came up. We had to find 3 missing NVA divisions. The 1st, the 3rd, and the 7th NVA divisions were MIA. The CIA, DIA, anybody else, they couldn't find them. So we were up, I was up with the S3 and the commanding officer of the base late into the night, looking at reports, intel reports, picked an LZ. And then because it was Thanksgiving, at the end of that, the CO, before I go back to my room, he goes, look, hey, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Before you guys launch, I'll have them bring a Thanksgiving dinner to you. So if you get inserted in the target, and at least you'll get a chance to have Thanksgiving dinner. So first light, we were up, we go to Budap, we sit down in the tents, and within minutes, helicopters came in with our Thanksgiving dinner. So we ate our Thanksgiving dinner, got on the helicopters, we inserted into the target. We were on the ground, I forget now, maybe 45 minutes, hour, and we were heading west. And this was Cambodia. We were used to triple canopy in Laos, where the canopy would be 150 feet. Here, it was only maybe single canopy, almost like an American forest, where you could see for 100, 200 meters, maybe longer. So the point man, Fook, took us in. We literally walked to an NVA base camp. There were still fires that were burning. One fire had a kettle on it, but I don't even know what was in it. But when we were there, an NVA team came in from the north, and they were running south towards us. I'll never forget it. They had their pith helmets, their AKs at port arms, and we could see them coming. So we engaged them with our M79s, claymores, and then as we were retreating back, I declared an emergency. We could not use TAC air. We had no TAC air. The only air we had was gunships from the 20th SOS. We called them, and we saw more of the NVA coming from the south. They were heading north, and the 2 units were converging towards us. And so we retreated back to an LZ, made some gun runs. We used 5-second fuses in our claymores and claymore mines, and of course with the M79s, hitting them before they got too close. And we were in close contact, get to the LZ, and they just pulled us out, literally with the NVA coming out of the jungle. And it was muddy. It had rained a day or 2 before. And when these NVA were trying to stop, they're running, and they're surprised to be in a clearing and see the helicopter, and they're trying to stop, and the mud from their boots was flying in the air and hitting the propellers as they were trying to come up with their weapons. And we would literally shoot them and just blow them back into the jungle as we extracted. And then to show you a little bit about the petty politics, we were told, don't use white phosphorus grenades. Well, I was so fired up and revved up, I threw a white phosphorus down on the NVA. So 2 days later, we were on a target, had an ambush set up, and they pulled us out of that target because Creighton Abrams was the general at that time. He replaced Westmoreland. He ordered us to return to base to report to him because Premier Sihanouk, the premier for Cambodia, filed a formal protest over our white phosphorus grenade. Now, he wasn't worried about the 100,000 NVA that were there. No, that wasn't a problem. But that white phosphorus really pissed him off. So that just shows you the petty politics. That's just a sidebar. And then we get back to the Air Force. We had Thanksgiving dinner. And then right at the end of the dinner, we get a call from the base commander. Hey, come down here. We got to know what you guys found. So we gave them a thumbnail, went down, had the after action report, gave them all the details that we had. And then the commanding officer goes, hey, you got time for your Thanksgiving dinner? You have 2 today. I said, no, well, we're going to have 3 today. So we had 3 Thanksgiving dinners in November of '68.